crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
You saved my day many times. When you ran away, guess I broke my promise. I have been dishonest to you. You are the master of my plan. Then you let go of my hand.
I want to tell you guys how this is going to be. You know how Matt was like, it's super complicated for me guys right now because, I have the baby. And so I got to be a family man and a kid, I'm going to be around for this. It's the end of hockey season. Playoffs are about to start. I'm just saying, man's got to have his priorities. Dude, oh my God.
I shouldn't give you any live updates on the game during the.
You can go fuck yourself on that.
Fuck. Oh shit.
Now it's in between periods. There's no updates, you fucking dumbass. Dick.
The Avalanche has scored.
Yeah. So
I don't even know who they're
for those of you who don't know, I mean, if you listen to this podcast long enough, I'm a huge hockey fan. I've been a hockey fan. I've been a fan of the LA Kings since I was probably 9 or 10.
Huge.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's no fan bigger. Huge fan.
Just huge.
Largely a fan.
So then I moved, but I was in San Luis Obispo County for like 10 years. And you're so close to the Bay Area. At that point, everybody's a Sharks fan. So I was in enemy fucking territory. And I couldn't really watch the games because LA was blacked out. You had to watch Sharks games. And I couldn't afford the NHL package. So then, long story short, I'm just happy to, now that you have like streaming services like ESPN Plus and YouTube TV and shit, I can live in Idaho and watch LA Kings hockey anytime I want. And let me tell you, I want to all the time, especially because it's hockey season. And so tonight is a big game for us. And I watched the first period, and then we went into intermission between periods. And I'll have a hockey joke about that later, by the way. But now here we are in the locker room. So I'm wearing all my fan gear. You guys can see. And
Oh yeah.
Anyway. Anybody else have it? Did you get hit by another car this week?
No. I fucked up my IT band though somehow.
Your what?
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, I went back into after 2 weeks of no running. I was like, I'm gonna hit 6 miles for the first time out after 2 weeks of not doing a goddamn thing.
Yeah, dumb.
And that was a dumb move. And then, but it was fine. But Saturday I set out to run a little 11-mile jaunt, and at like mile 5, I was like, my knee hurts. I'm like, nah, we'll see what happens. I kept going. And then at mile 6, I'm like, now it really fucking hurts. Let's see what happens. And then at mile 7, I was like, I stopped, started walking, and almost fell over. It hurt more to walk. So I started running again. I'm like, how is this fucking possible? I just, I'm running and it hurts, but not as bad as when I'm walking. So I only clocked 8 miles, and I had to freaking tap out and go home, and did some research and found out that, I got a little too aggressive, and my IT band is nice and irritated by my knee. So they make a strap
angry
for that though. So I'm going to strap a little.
Isn't that the strap
You know
you
where
put
strap
right
on?
below your knee, above your calf?
For this one, it's above the knee.
Oh, above the knee.
Yeah, just above the kney. So I'm going to try that out.
No fucking
morning.
balls if you don't put tassels on it, like Ultimate Warrior from the 80s.
Oh,
Get like fucking
man,
neon green and
got a
pink and put tassels
little
on it,
fucking
little
pump.
beads
You got
on
a
the
little-
end.
Yes.
Air pump with
Did
both
you guys
hands before go for a run?
see my hooker post on my story when I was jogging by the frickin' the hookers, the black one that had like just a G-string on, and she was talking to one of the other girls on the corner. And
you know what?
and you hear her say, "Have you seen the popo?" Like as I go by, I'm like, "No fucking way, no
to be
fucking
honest,
way."
And this isn't trying to be racist or anything. I figured since you posted a video,
It's gonna be racist, but it's
you
not trying to
running
be.
running down the sidewalk in the darkest of night. I was like, "Oh, this has got to be one of the hookers." But when I was watching the whole thing, I was like, "I don't see anybody."
You didn't see the pink?
Strange.
I didn't see shit, dude. It was dark. I saw a figure, and just kind of like blur by, and I was like, I bet that was a hooker.
Yeah.
But, like they are so concealed in the night. It has nothing to do with skin color. They conceal like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because
they're like crackheads during the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna send you the.
And they're in natural camouflage.
Well, welcome to the locker room. I'm Tom.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Marco. That pause was perfect.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Man, he's here.
Oh my god. So we're gonna have to get into a couple of topics this week. Obviously, you know what? Honestly, this week, guys, and I know Matt and I talked about this a little bit. We mentioned it in the thread.
I'm
because
thirsty.
we have a little group chat. This is the week where I know we have a bunch of stuff we have to talk about, but I'm just tired of it. I just like. I wish this was one of our shows where we had like our lists or drunk stories to read.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'm just so fucking done.
I might have a drunk story to read.
I know we have an email to read. Right, Matt?
Let me look at the drunk story.
Oh, did you see the one that I just sent you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have an email to read.
Yeah, we have an email to read and we have some jokes to read, but
yeah, we do have some jokes to read.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit happening in the world right now.
Yeah. Well, so let's get to the big obvious one is Donald Trump getting indicted. And I'm kind of surprised. I'm not surprised that they indicted him. I guess just the balls to indict him for paying a woman he slept with to shut the fuck up. Like hush money to
I guess there's 3 people, by the way.
Well,
I just found out.
But here's the thing. Like, do you know how many fucking women Clinton paid off?
Yeah, but
how many women
it's deeper than that though. It's where the money came from.
Oh, dude, that's the thing. You think the money didn't come from some deep, dirty. That's the thing. That's where I got the problem is, do you know how many fucking politicians have paid? Dude, what the fuck was that? John Edwards paid $250,000 out of campaign money to a woman he knocked up. Right? Like,
yeah.
He didn't get charged. Campaign money to a woman he knocked up. Like, this is where I'm like, you know what? Honestly, first of all, they all fucking pay hush money because, unfortunately, they're all dirty. And this is why I have my Grunt Style Control Alt Delete shirt, because we need a drastic fucking reset. I won't say great reset because that's a whole other topic.
Well, China and Russia and Saudi Arabia might have us beat to that reset.
We'll get to it because oh, Marco's on the soundboard. But see, while and Matt and I talked about this too. While shit's they're like distracting you with the left hand, the right hand is picking your pocket.
Yep.
And we'll get to that.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
I feel like that's what the media is doing to us right now.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to make it to where he can't run for president.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, for 2024.
Yeah.
But it's royally fucking backfiring because
they're making him a martyr.
Yeah, and I saw an interview with one of his diehard supporters, and she was like, and it was like this older lady, and she said, well, you know, just like in the church, we're called to be, you know, there's a spiritual warfare, and we're called to be warriors for Christ, and I feel this is our call to be Trump's soldiers. And I'm like, y'all fucked up. Now you got him even more fucking rah gung ho. We're gonna double down and
oh yeah.
It was a horrible play. Horrible play.
This is like, you don't make somebody a martyr, right? That's that's even worse. Like, you make him Mel Brooks did the best, right? When Mel Brooks, he made, you guys, I'm pretty sure all of you have seen the movie The Producers. If you haven't,
oh yeah,
Metallica guy, go watch The Producers. Mel Brooks made a movie about 2 Broadway producers trying to write the worst Broadway show in the history of Broadway shows. And they find a script written by an ex-Nazi living in New York called Springtime for Hitler. What? And they have great songs. Mel Brooks wrote the songs for it. Mel Brooks is famously Jewish, obviously. He's got some very deep ties to the Holocaust and stuff like that. And the Jewish community got pissed at him. And this is in the late 60s. they got pissed at him for writing this movie where they're making light of Hitler, saying, "Oh, we can have a Broadway musical called Springtime for Hitler." And Mel Brooks had the most brilliant answer ever. He said, "You know what? He's already dead. I can't kill him again. But what could I do? What's the worst thing I could do to Hitler to get back at him, to take revenge on him for all the terrible shit he did to the Jewish people?" And he said, "I figured the biggest thing that I could do is make him a joke."
Yeah.
And so he wrote the producers and wrote the Springtime for Hitler plot line because he thought the best thing he could do was make everyone laugh at Hitler and make him this total homosexual Broadway character. Like, it's hilarious if you've never seen it. And honestly, that's brilliant comedy. That's the brilliance of taking the power away from something. If you're gonna charge Trump with a crime, you're just gonna, was it Obi-Wan Kenobi, strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Absolutely.
It's bad play.
Yeah,
it's bad play.
It's not going to go well for them.
No,
because the people that want him prosecuted aren't going to get what they want.
Nope.
No, because they're not. And the charges they got him indicted on aren't the ones they wanted to get him indicted on.
No, they're throwing shit against the wall and seeing if it sticks, right?
Yeah.
And it's already passed.
They don't want him to run for what, 47?
What was it, Marco?
They already passed the statute of limitations. They had to try to get the statute of limitations passed on a technicality. So it's already a long shot. It's already a long shot. Yep.
And that makes it look even more chicken shit. When you've got Ted Kennedy, who serves 30 years in the Senate after driving his car off a bridge and drowning a girl that he got pregnant.
Yeah.
And then covering it up. And you're going to be like, well, Trump's camp paid some people to shut the fuck up about a porn star he had sex with. Then, you know how many people Hillary Clinton had killed allegedly just for sleeping with Bill?
What about the Democratic Party using the fucking Twitter and Facebook and Instagram to purposely silence information?
The whole system's fucked. The whole system's fucked.
They just want him not to be able to run for the 47th president?
Yeah.
I believe it's 47. Yeah.
So that's it. We're not going to spend, again, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it.
No, it's a big nothing burger. It's a big, like we said, distraction.
It's for the people that are talking about it on the side that want him prosecuted. You're not going to get what you want.
No.
And for the people that are talking about it on the side that don't want him prosecuted, what the fuck did you expect?
Yeah.
Right. Like, this is until the 70% of us, the four of us here, plus the other, how many millions of Americans that kind of fall within our circle, decide enough is enough. And we show up and either vote out or pull the politicians out by their nose hairs or by the short and curlies and fucking give them a spanking and tell them, now you can never run for office again. And you have to give back all the money you earned, like the Nancy Pelosi's and the Dianne Feinsteins and anybody that made money, anybody that became a millionaire working in public office.
Sure.
Fuck you. Right. You're part of the problem. And it's on both sides.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you're not voting for Newsom?
Dude, I've said it before. Gavin Newsom likes like a 90s movie villain.
Did you hear?
Oh yeah.
Did you hear what he did in California?
About what? He's been doing a lot. He's been doing a lot.
About banning Skittles? Are you talking about not imprisoning people for killing a child? Which part?
You know how we had a bunch of like really bad storms that came through California and across the continental United States, right? Well, California hit record numbers of rainfall in like a month, right? And he said that our reservoirs, right, we did, because we were in a fucking drought and we were having to only water our grass 2 days a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays or Mondays and Wednesdays or whatever the fuck it was. And so we had gotten so much rainwater. He's like, our reservoirs are full. I don't know what to do with it. What do we do? Fuck it. We're going to dump it in the Pacific Ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. He dumped all the fucking water, the excess water in the Pacific Ocean. Let me tell you what, I was driving through Bouquet Canyon, in Santa Clarita in Los Angeles County, to go somewhere. And there is a reservoir up there And then so I was looking at the reservoir and I was like, holy fuck. I was like, oh, it's full, but there were the portions of it that were bone dry and you could see the bottom. What the fuck was that? Goodbye.
I don't know. We're not in your house.
Yeah. Do you have a ghost? Well, and that's the thing. These fucking assholes are going to dump. Like that's their solution. They're like, oh, we don't know.
Is he getting a gun?
We
have another gun situation?
Is this fucking Possum 2.0? All right, listeners, stand by.
That possum last week came out of nowhere, guys.
Stand by. Here we go.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's my GoPro.
Okay.
Okay, so
Just in case
it's
it
back.
Oh, I
That's
see.
back.
Have you seen a
It did
popo?
unsheath a little bit.
That is true. Poker video. Have you seen a popo?
Oh,
All right, what's the update,
that
Chuck?
was rich.
You had to
Oh,
disappear.
fuck, dude. So I heard a big bang. And I was like, what the fuck? So I grabbed my piece, which is in my pants right now. And I started running downstairs. Fucking
You
halfway
mean
down
your
the
gun,
fucking
not
stairs.
your penis.
My piece.
Peace.
Yeah.
My strap.
Right. Piece. Your
Again.
strap, not your
Again.
wiener.
I said piece. I didn't say penis.
I know you didn't say penis, but your piece that's in your pants. Your
Is
Yeah,
penis.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's something that's not as big, but yeah, I grabbed it. So I grabbed it. And then as I was making
What
my way
in the
downstairs, I
hell?
heard the baby cry. And I was like, what the fuck? And my wife got home. She's pissed off. So whatever. But anyways, it's a false alarm. What I was saying is that so I was driving through the canyon and I saw this reservoir, right? And I was like, okay, that's decently full, but it's like it's not full. Like it's good, like lush, and it's nice. And then I kept driving and I was like, holy fuck, that's like 50 feet of water that needs to be full. I was like, you had so many aquifers and reservoirs that could have filled up aquifers, even if it dried up. Why would you dump it in the fucking ocean, you twat? Why wouldn't you go to all these dried up lake beds or other reservoirs that are county based? Maybe not state ran, but county based. And you could just dump that excess water there and you could fill up all of these reservoirs because God knows we're going to fucking need it once we hit, fire season. And fire season is going to be very bad. All the hills are green. Everything's fucking.
Yeah. It's like we're living in fucking
Lush,
Ireland.
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's fucking nuts, dude. It's rolling beautiful green hills. And you're like, wow, this is really pretty. The
Sounds like
moment
here.
summer hits and it hits a fucking
Mhm.
drought.
Yep.
We're done. It's going to turn to
Well,
brown
plus-
and it's going to catch because it's long.
All the record snow
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
that we have now,
Mudslides?
they're Mammoth is saying they're going to be open till next winter. Like you're going to be skiing Mammoth through the fucking summer.
Oh, dude, man, like there are places where they have to dig down to the gondolas. Like it's
Yeah.
like 700
60
inches. Of snow.
They're saying 60 fucking feet total.
Fuck, really? That's a lot.
60 feet.
Yeah,
So
Damn.
yeah,
dipshit just dumps
Right,
all of
you're
our
skating
fucking
past
excess water.
treetops.
yeah.
You're skiing.
So, but
Anyway.
all that shit's going to melt at some point.
But see, this is the fucking dumb shit,
Yeah.
right? California can't handle their forestation, right? So what happens? They don't fuck. Oh, they're like, well, we got to stop cutting down our forest.
No, because there's a spotted fucking tree
is-
rabbit or whatever the fuck they are that we can't fucking cut down trees because God forbid we kill a few of those little furry fucks.
Y'all need to go back and watch. There was I'm pretty sure Marco watched it, and I wonder. I don't know if Matt or Chuck watched it. Do you guys remember Penn and Teller had a show on, I believe, Showtime called Bullshit?
Showtime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking love it. I've seen every goddamn
Okay.
episode.
Is a
Oh,
brilliant
I think so.
show. And they
Yeah.
would take they would do 30 minutes completely uncut,
Mhm.
say whatever the fuck they wanted, including 4-letter words, and they would call bullshit on a certain topic. They did it
Yep.
about gun control. They did it about bottled water. They did all kinds of shit.
Organic
they did an
farming.
episode- yeah, they did an episode on recycling. They did, but the one they did on the environment and the environmentalism, like the endangered species, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And what was amazing is they did this very simple. It's stuck with me forever, but they did this very simple analogy where they said, "Look, this is what environmentalists do. They take, acreage A." 10,000 acres over in group A and 10,000 acres over in group B. Then they go, oh my God, there's only 2 spotted booby birds per acre in acreage A, but there's like
Say
100
booby
spotted
bird?
booby birds in acreage B per acre. So clearly over in acreage A, they're endangered and we need to stop building there. But over in acreage B, where there's plenty of them, we don't have to worry about them being endangered, so we can build there.
No, what
when
you
in
do-
reality, what they just did was they took the area where this fucking
Yeah.
bird likes to live and decimated it.
Yep.
And the area where the bird's like, fuck that, I don't give a shit, I'm not living there. They're like, well, you have to protect that land because they what the fuck kind of
Yeah.
logic is that? This
For
is
all
the
we know,
California
those two
fucking
birds
governor's
got
logic.
ousted. Those two birds were the assholes of the fucking flock, and they're like, "Yeah,
Right.
God, I live over there."
Uh-huh.
And then we just fucked all that up. Yeah.
What they
But that's
should
what the
have done-
governor of California is doing basically right now.
Yeah. And like, what
Oh,
they
yeah.
should
well,
have
we
done-
have too much water. We didn't have too much water last year, fuckface.
Right. And they
You
should
guys.
take those
Sorry, it's not my
animals,
problem.
right? Whatever's endangered, take a couple of them, take them where they're least prevalent, take a couple from there where they're really prevalent at, then captively breed them, and then start releasing the offspring into the wild to boost up the population in a different fucking area. He should then take that same logic, apply it to the fucking water, take it where it's most prevalent, and move it to the areas where it's not so prevalent, and then start offloading it there to refill those lakes, those ponds and those aquifers under the
I
ground.
quote the great
Chuck.
poet Sam Kinison, move where the food is!
Yeah. But you're missing a very vital point to that logic, Chuck. If you do that, there will no longer be a crisis in which he could fix.
True.
You know what? You're so fucking right.
You know, they have to create the crisis, just like all these jobs that are created now. It's like, no, you assholes shut the fucking country. You shut the world
Yeah.
down and people lost their jobs. They're just going back to work. These aren't new
Back to- right.
Wait a minute.
jobs.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Speaking of new fucking jobs, have you heard the latest from McDonald's?
Yes. Oh, that's amazing.
No, I haven't.
Amazing. Okay.
The fucking
yeah.
the table box.
It's excuse me.
No.
It's first of all, it's McMazing.
table box.
Mick
It was a
amazing.
table.
Okay.
It's
I saw the
McMazing.
Mick table out of a box.
One day
On the
ago,
table
and
box.
again, I'm going to read from the very conservative Wall Street Journal.
Oh, yeah. Very
Such a
conservative.
liberal bastion.
Yes.
Right? They love being conservative at the Wall Street Journal. Ready for this shit?
Hit it.
Hit me.
We're not in a recession, right?
We're not.
Job growth for days.
We changed the
Right.
definition, therefore we are no longer in one.
Right.
One
I'll tell the
day
stock
ago,
market.
McDonald's has shuttered its U.S. offices this week as it plans to lay off an unspecified number of corporate employees. The Chicago-based burger chain asked its corporate employees to cancel in-person meetings and work from home this week as they await notices about whether they will keep their jobs or be cut. In other words, everybody that works for corporate McDonald's, don't come to work because we don't want to deal with firing you in person. We're just going to have you work from home until we send you a fucking email
Damn.
telling
Did
you
you
if you're going to be cut.
did you watch
So-
the how McDonald's was created?
Wait, do you guys want to guess how many employees we're talking about in their corporate
A
offices?
million.
Oh,
How many?
fuck.
150,000.
Okay. I was going to say
150,000.
400,000.
150,000 people.
Wait. So hold on. That headline should read McDonald's poised to create 150,000 new jobs.
You know what's funny?
Uh,
How McDonald's was created was actually stolen from the two original brothers who created it.
Yeah, we watched
we watched that
the
movie.
founder. Good movie.
Bro.
Michael
If you
Keaton,
haven't seen that
Batman.
movie, go watch
Fucking
that
Batman. Or McDonald's.
He's like, I'm taking your idea. It's
You
good.
say
Fuck
if I
you guys.
haven't seen that movie? Oh, yeah, I've seen that movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch
So
it again.
this is part of the distraction. Yet another distraction, ladies and gentlemen. I give you Bud Light,
Bud Light.
and we're only going to spend a few minutes on this because honestly, Matt and I
Real
talked about this
man of Bud Light.
earlier. We are so tired of talking about trannies that it's.
Yeah, we have
Oh my
a
God.
service to at least speak about it, but we're not going to dwell upon it.
Yeah.
The dainty
So-
little man who's now the spokesperson, whatever, a fucking Bud Light.
Dude.
New spokesman. Remember when they were Budweiser girls and they were fucking women? Remember that?
Yeah. Now it's a
Right?
man.
Hot
They wore the
women?
Budweiser bikinis
Yeah.
and the Budweiser. And
Yeah.
dude, who didn't have that poster on
Those are
their
good
wall?
times.
Right? Yeah. Fuck. Bring
Now they
the
have-
frogs back. Bring the fucking frogs back.
Dude, I'll take the WhatsApp commercials over this bullshit. So for those of you who don't know, Bud Light has decided to put the face of all I
Mentally
can call
ill
it is it's blackface for female impersonators, right? Like
This
this
guy
is blackface
has
for women.
decided
Woman.
365 days ago that
Yeah.
he was now a woman. So he's been playing dress up as a woman for 365 days. And
Fuck.
Anheuser-Busch decided, we're going to honor you with your face on the can for the first time, because they've never, ever, ever put the face of an actual fucking woman on their can before.
Right.
So where are the feminists? Feminists, where are you? Why are you not fucking
and not
taking
only
to the
that,
streets?
Have you seen how this guy behaves? He is a caricature
Oh,
of
yeah.
a woman. Where are the feminists? This is blackface, right? Like when white people put makeup on their face and pretend to be black, but they only do caricatures of what black, like
We call him Mammy?
everybody's mad. Right, exactly.
I'm just saying.
But he's doing that. He's, oh my God, he's so my wife looks at him and is like, okay, first of all, if that was a woman, I would fucking punch that bitch in her face or cunt punt her or something, because she doesn't know how to give a fuck.
I love cunt punt. I love that.
That actually got a cop in some hot water. Fired.
Well, did you know that he's also he's set to make like over $1 million? Because I dug into it a little deeper. He's got freaking
Endorsement deals with
endorsements with like
Tampax.
fucking Tampax. Where are you sticking that, bro?
I can
Where's
tell you exactly where
that?
you're sticking it.
Yeah.
He's getting.
You sure
well,
they didn't?
okay.
Do you,
let's back
you
up.
hold on.
Okay.
Do you guys ever consider that maybe Tampax is finally maybe developing the man pond?
The man pond.
Dude, I'll take a Tampax for a nosebleed. That'd be legit.
Make little
I used to
packs
carry-
of
I
those.
used-
That'd be good.
I used to carry
Sometimes-
Tampax in my war bag in case I got
Oh
shot.
yeah. Listen, sometimes
Shove the tampon in your
Sometimes-
fucking gunshot wound.
that works.
It works.
It works
Your
to
wet
tell you to
gaping
get
hole.
put that shit in your kit.
I got
Sometimes when you got the
I
bubble
got a
guts.
couple
Yeah.
packs of chest seals in mine.
Yeah, well, I got those too, but this was back when we didn't have chest seals. When I was working
just
patrol, like you didn't
I
have
just
that
some
shit.
Dorito bags and tape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
In a pinch.
Hey, so
but yeah.
he did this guy, and I mean, his face is on the can, and if you've seen the can, it's like the most obnoxious horror movie picture. Like he looks like a Japanese horror movie villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Grudge or The Ring or one of those other audition something. And then I saw another follow-up because I was looking up stories, and it was a follow-up. It was another story that came up in the feed because I was researching this for the podcast. He complained and said he has not been kissed since becoming a woman.
Because you an ugly bitch. No one wants to
No
kiss
man
you.
wants to kiss you.
I thought to myself, okay, so the lesbians are like, fuck you, I ain't kissing you, you're a dude.
Yeah.
The gays are like, fuck you, dude, you look too much like a woman for me to kiss you.
Yeah.
And the straight guys are like, bro,
No,
Fucking dude.
you're a dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gay.
And what does that equal? Everybody's transphobic. No, they just don't like you.
I mean, like, what do you have chosen to appeal to a very niche group.
Yes. Oh, funny side story.
Okay.
I work with somebody who I was introduced by some girls that I work with to this, and I forget the name of the artist. But she does like, I'll have to follow up. This was off the cuff, so I'm not prepared, but the music that she does is just like basically like horror music, and there's an actual niche term for it, and I forget what it is, but horror music will suffice because it was something similar to that. And so,
Cardi B?
no, like way raunchier. And so I listened to one of the songs, and I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking actually kind of amazing. It's like ha music. Like I would never really listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I told my coworker about it, who's younger than, well, all my coworkers are younger than me. And
Yeah, we've reached that age.
yeah. And he was like, oh dude, this fucking slaps. And he's like, I'm going to look up a video of hers. and looks up the video, and he's like all about her. He's like, oh my God, she's fucking hot. Oh, she's hot. She's hot. And I leaned over and I go, she's the first openly trans artist. She goes, what? I go, she's a he. And we go. Fuck. Blonde hair, fucking, I forget the name.
Openly trans horror music artist.
Yeah, who sings all about her body and her boobs and like, you know, lick this and suck this and twist this and slap that, and is trans and is rather popular. And I see Marco's wheels are turning as he's
here in the United States.
Yeah.
Kim Petras.
Yes, that's it. Yep. Kim Petras.
She was the one who sang with Sam Smith.
Yes.
In the satanic fucking ritual at the
Grammys. She's a he.
Yeah. There was someone before that.
But there's like the term for her music, and it's like, I don't know, like
what happened to the days when if you were a woman, you wanted to be a man, you just went and played tennis, right? Like if you were a dude and you wanted to be dressed up as a woman, you would just got to roll in Rocky Horror Picture Show
or on Bosom Buddies.
Or
that was a great show. That was funny as hell.
But I've seen all the memes that are like, y'all have been laughing, y'all have been entertained by trans people for years. What's your problem with it now? There's a difference between Milton Berle and Tim Curry and all these people that have dressed up as women. What's it, Mrs. Brown's Boys, right? Yeah. When that Irish dude or the British dude or Australian dresses up like an old woman.
Well, there's a difference between drag and trans. There's a difference between I'm a man, but you know what? I like to dress up as a fucking woman and fuck around for a weekend.
But here's the thing. That line is getting blurred because Eddie Izzard famously used to talk about, I'm not a transsexual, I'm a transvestite.
Which is a straight man who likes to dress up. He used to call
himself a male lesbian.
Yeah. Well, because I was looking at the terms, because somebody who is in my life who is in the LGBTQ plus LMNOP crowd, and I said I was off the cuff just singing I'm a sweet transvestite, and I was told that's actually offensive. It's the term is trans person, and I go, no, a transvestite, if you look it up, is a straight man who dresses as a woman, but is still straight, still a man, doesn't identify as a woman. That's what a fucking transvestite is. That term is still
there's accurate. A transsexual,
yes,
and a transvestite, and they were different.
Yes, correct.
But see, it's the same way. There's like you're talking about drag queens. Drag queens are typically gay men who just enjoy dressing up as women, and they are only referred to by the female pronouns while they're character. I was Sunday. I went to the Abbey for drag brunch, and I had a fucking blast. Right, and it's gay men. We used to go to a club in LA called the Queen Mary. Yeah. I learned about tucking. Do you know how because there was one. Yeah. She came on, and I was like, I leaned over to my buddy who's gay, and I'm like, where is the penis? Like. There's nothing. I've seen natural women with a bigger lump than this gay man who's in drag. And he goes, oh, well, they shove the testicles up into the cavity and then flatten the penis basically and tuck that and tape it. And I said, excuse me, they do what? Yeah. And they're doing like splits and cartwheels and shit. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to walk. How the fuck you shove your fucking internalize everything back up into the fuck? Oh my God. Wow. No, let's talk about Bud Light for a second, because Bud Light put this tranny on a Bud Light can and saying, we want to have a drink that is endorsed by and specifically for a wider variety or appeals to a wider demographic. I was under the impression that Bud Light had already launched a product for men that identify as women when they put out Bud Light Seltzer. Yes. Yes. There's my point. There's my point.
You drink that trash? Come on.
Bro, they have look, listen, they have slushy flavors.
Oh, you're
of Bud
ice
Light
skating
seltzer.
uphill on this
All
one,
right.
bro. You are ice skating uphill in this crowd. You are
Fucking
not
take
getting
it, dude.
anybody on this.
There ain't no laws when you
Look
drink
at Marco. Didn't even know
all
what
right,
to say.
motherfucker? All right.
No.
Where else can you get
Madness.
cherry limeade in a
I
fucking
don't even drink
alcoholic
beer, and I know
5%?
Bud Light seltzers. It's not like you're drinking High Noons, which is actual vodka and soda.
No, I
You're
prefer
drinking
Cutler's,
either way, but those actual booze.
but Jeffree
it's
Star.
cocktail in a
Jeffree
can.
Star. Jeffree Star was the first
It's
trans
gonna be called
openly.
Jeffree Star.
Fuck you.
We start talking about Bud Light seltzer.
Jeffree Star
Jeffree
wasn't the first
My homegirl, Jeffree
openly
Star.
trans man. So
And
here's
she-
the fucking funny thing. He refers to himself as he, and he's dating a fucking NFL player right now. They're both gay, obviously, but he was the first open like trans man to come out back in the fucking day. Jeffree Star, very fucking famous, but he is open against a lot of this shit. And if you search famous trans artists right now, you will not find him. He's not in the top 5, not in the top 10, not in the top 15. And this motherfucker grosses more than any fucking person out there. This dude is so fucking famous, and he has come up with music. He's come up with a bunch of crazy shit, and he is not in the liberals' mouths of trans because he doesn't conform to their ideology.
Where's the bell on that one, Matt?
Oh, sorry.
He's not in the liberals' mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not there. Like, they just don't want to talk about him because he doesn't conform to their ideology. He's completely against it. He goes against the grain, and he openly talks about it. And this motherfucker, dude, he's got talent. He's fucking outspoken. He's emo, punk, goth. I mean, not really punk, but he's in that whole alt generation. But no one wants to talk about him. No one wants to bring his name up, and he's openly talked about it. And if you try to search his ass right now and not put his name in, you won't fucking find him.
Well, so remember the part where we said we weren't going to talk about this for too long? I think we've already violated that rule.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Listen,
boycott Bud
hold
Light.
on.
I've been years and years ahead of that because I refuse to drink that.
Drink
shit.
White
I
Claws,
don't,
guys.
I don't drink Bud Light anyway.
Hey,
There's
White
a whole
Claw.
host of other things. What, Marco?
Well, I had to catch up to you guys because when you guys were talking about LGBTQ, I thought you guys meant lettuce, guacamole, bacon, tomato quesadillas. And you know I'm a beaner. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I was in. I was like, oh, we're talking about fucking fancy quesadillas? You know, I love me some quesadillas.
My buddy posted a meme that said LGBTQ stands for, he's a Disney fan, and Marco will get this. He posted a thing that said LGBTQ stands for let's get down to business.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about how
Bruno?
these dumb issues are distracting us from
No
the
one
bigger
talks about
issues,
Bruno.
like fucking
Or
train
Fight Club.
derailments and barge
what?
incidents. I said these
Yep.
these fucking bullshit
Yeah.
incidents are distracting us from the bigger issues, which
Yes.
if we're nothing on the show, we're about not being distracted. Well, we're all about being distracted. Let's be. But
We derail all the
we
time. All
really
pun
want
intended.
to talk about like what they're. We've always told you this is what they're not telling you.
Right.
And so before I want to talk about a very serious derailment that happened close to home on the Idaho-Montana border, ladies and gentlemen. Paradise, Montana, according to the Associated Press, crews could face a difficult task of cleanup after a 25-car train derailment spilled cases of bear.
Oh, I saw that. Did you see the
no.
motherfucker on the boat?
Cases of beer. I did not see the boat.
Wasn't it Coors Light and Bud Light too? That was all over.
Was
the
it Bud
fucking-
Light?
I swear to fucking God,
My
I think it
God.
was. I swear to God.
Maybe it was a terrorist attack. It was like right-wing terrorists are like, fuck this tranny beer, and they blew up the tracks.
But they're like, we have to blow up the mountains too because no one will believe it.
Oh, wait a minute. So, okay, guys, remember we were talking about how do you know when you feel old?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
watching TV with my future son-in-law. We're gonna have him. He's a Marine. We're gonna have him on War Stories. And this fucking kid goes, "Hey, so how come like in every TV show and movie, when they depict beer cans, like so many times there are these tan beer cans?" Like, what?
Coors Banquet.
And he goes, "Yeah, they're always like tan." I'm like, "That's Coors Banquet beer." He's like, what the fuck is, I thought Coors was silver. I'm on, that's Coors Light.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
That's that full flavor.
And
shit.
he's like, what the fuck is banquet beer? Is that like fancy? I'm like, well, they think it is. And I showed,
call it banquet.
like, it was,
It's like the
it was funny
champagne
to
of
me.
beers.
Yeah. It was funny to me that this guy, in all his time, he doesn't drink beer. He drinks hard alcohol like I do.
Good
and
man.
at some point at no point in his life had he ever registered that there was a tan Coors banquet beer, because he's got class and he's a man of substance. But I was kind of proud that he'd never drunk enough beer to realize that Coors had the tan can of banquet beer. But it also made me feel old, because I realized like how far down the ladder Coors has fallen, like Coors banquet beer. It's like Miller High Life. You see Miller High Life and people are like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's like that's Miller. That's Miller High. That's
Miller High Life. It's not MGD. Miller High Life.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was the barge?
MG is trash. Bro.
So this happened in the wee hours of the 28th of last month in Ohio. Fuck, man, these people of fucking Ohio are just getting
Ohio
fucking
rocks.
hammered. So there was a total of
She said.
11 barges. Yeah. There were a total of 11 barges that were being towed by the fucking tugboat down the fucking river. And 10 of the 11 came undone and just went their own way. And they found their way they found their way to the fucking dam. And so they got pinned up against the dam. And one of the first ones that hit the dam that was getting hammered by all the other ones and was partially submerged just happened to be carrying 1,400 tons of methanol in the water.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys don't know what
That's messed up.
methanol is, I mean, it's more than meth. Well, so where was it? Did they say where it was destined?
In your mouth.
No.
So ethyl alcohol is the drinkable stuff. Methanol is toxic
Mhm.
alcohol that's used
Yes.
as a solvent,
Yes.
right? So, like, I think, is it wood alcohol or is it denatured alcohol?
I think it's denatured.
I think it's denatured alcohol.
We're
look it
probably
up.
wrong.
Methanol.
Could be
I'm
wrong,
gonna
but
look methanol. Methanol, also called methyl alcohol or wood spirit.
oh, okay. So it
Probably
is
wood
wood.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But either way, don't drink it.
Yeah, don't drink it, and
Don't
don't
drink
put it in your water.
No.
Definitely don't put.
Dude, these fucking
Yeah,
poor
definitely.
fucks, dude. They're like, well, we can't drink anything. We can't
Yeah.
go in the water. We can't go in the lake. We can't go in the fucking river.
So look, if I was going to launch an attack
Mm.
on a country
Mm.
that is known to have
Preach it.
over 400 million firearms in the hands of its civilians
Mm-hmm.
that they know of,
Mm-hmm.
the numbers probably are.
And it was very publicly well known that
Yes.
the railway system was part of the aging infrastructure
Yes.
along with the power grid in said nation.
Yes. Yeah. What I would do is I would test the waters. Yeah. What I would do if I was king, I would test the waters. And hypothetically speaking, I don't know, I might float a fucking balloon over the country just to see what the response time is and what happens and how close I can get to certain things and what kind of images I can get.
Would you be surprised if I told you that
over
the
go ahead.
images on that balloon were military bases?
Yeah, well, it loitered over several very, very top secret, highly, highly classified no-go zones.
Okay. I'm the chair is against the wall. Sean has a long mustache.
beard.
I'm just saying, go rent Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, I think Charlie Sheen, C. Thomas Howell. Go rent Red Dawn. Prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, I mean, I mean, look, a couple times is a coincidence. If one, like my father told me that he said, look, if somebody tells you you have a tail, fucking pay no attention to it.
Right.
Somebody else tells you you have a tail, fucking ignore them.
Look behind you.
Third person says you have a tail, you better fucking turn around because chances are you got a fucking tail.
I mean, he's not wrong.
how many train derailments? And now, and everything. It's not like there's,
This is number 4.
It's not like milk and fucking grain that's being spilled all over the place.
No, this is well, except for the beer, but
yeah.
2 different trail derailments in a week. Then there were, before that was the balloon, 2 different trail derailments, and now this, plus whatever else.
I think it was more than 2, wasn't it?
Well, just 2 that I know of. I'm just saying,
I'm pretty sure it was like 4.
Yeah, so like that is too close for comfort. It's too ironic. It's just, and people don't want to believe it. And the Biden administration is like, well, whatever. We didn't want it to fall on people, motherfucker. Before it flew over the first goddamn top secret base, that bitch should have been blown the fuck out of the sky and tell everybody in the area, get the fuck out, or we're shooting this down.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, okay, fuck it, fine, do it.
And then they went crazy and just started shooting everything down. Fucking weather balloons from colleges and fucking all sorts of shit. They just started fucking zapping all sorts of shit. But yeah. And, what else is going on in the world that we're being distracted from?
Well, so, there's the whole issue of bricks, and I'm not talking about Legos.
Yeah. We're talking BRICS, and those initials stand for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. With more coming in. And their whole mission, because recently China and Russia just announced, hey, we're not using the fucking dollar anymore.
Right.
We're not using the dollar. We're using our own currency. We're not trading in the dollar anymore. And what was the fucking goddamn country in Africa?
Kenya.
Is that the one where the guy was like, hey,
he went on, yeah, he's like, hey,
stop using the dollar.
I'm gonna stop using the dollar, and I advise anybody in this country that
they're shorting
dollars,
us.
Get rid of it.
They're shorting the dollar. They're short selling our stock, which is the dollar. They're fucking dumping it. They're getting rid of it.
Yeah. And let's talk about the fact that this was predicted. I think it was a goddamn Call of Duty video game, speaking of, called Ghosts, where they talked about Russia and China and the Middle East. I think it was Ghosts.
Yeah.
Where they were talking
the Middle East,
it was in the future, and they were talking about them teaming up to create a currency and to create to team up against the US and all. Ladies and gentlemen, are you fucking paying attention?
No, we're too busy looking at some fucking guy sitting on a goddamn plane in fucking Florida flying to New York. We're spending hours and hours of media attention on that.
We're too busy looking at the first guy in drag on a Bud Light can.
Yeah.
This is the first perfect time to do it, because you have the TikTok generation where a bunch of fucking senseless fucking adults and young adults and children are fucking off and doing dumb shit for fucking money, right? And then you have a generation of people because I brought this up to someone, and they're like, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to think about it. I want to hear about it. I just don't want to deal with it right now. I'm like, and that's the issue that we're facing, because it's not just one person that has that thought. It's a whole group of people, millions upon millions upon millions of people think that way. And if they're all thinking that way, this is the easiest time to get shit done. If you are an opposing country that wants to get rid of the supremacy of America, the American superpower, is bankrupt the fuck out of them. And if you have a whole generation or multiple generations of people who are like, I don't really want to care. I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to think about it. When you should be like, no, I want to think about this. This is not good. This is not right. We need to fix this now. And so you have everybody like, oh, let me just put my head in the sand like an ostrich and hope it goes away. Or let me just be, a kid and be scared of the ghosts and hide under my comforter and hope it goes away. And then you wake up in the morning and everything's fine. Well, you're not going to wake up in the morning. Everything's going to be fine. It's just going to get worse. Yeah. And so I think that's the issue that we're running into right now. You know
what? Up until recently didn't worry me, but now worries me is I follow some, people that are retired from the some SF guys and whatnot and special ops guys that are on their social medias. And a lot of them were, being asked, are you worried, what you think our military can handle it if, full scale fucking invasion. China and Russia team up and fucking invade. And these guys that were, you know, top of the top, fucking, you know, tier 1 fucking operators, fucking, and they go, well, I hope our technology can handle it before it hits our current military. And these are guys all in our gen. These are like Gen X guys that are fucking out. They're in their, you know, late 40s, 50s and above, and they're fucking worried. And if those guys are worried, that makes me worry.
Yeah, big time.
You know what I mean? If they're worried that our military now is so goddamn soft, and not the entire military, you know, of course there's still some fucking pipe hitting motherfuckers and hard chargers in there. Of course, but
Of course.
it's gotten a lot softer. It's
But is it enough? You know what I mean?
right. And you know what? We're not going to know until we're tested. That's the fucking scary part.
Here's the deal, people. To the average listener, not the fucking guy who knows about this shit, not the guy who trains, not the freaking person who's out at the shooting range. I mean, I was just at the shooting range, polishing up my skills, cranking off rounds with new firearms. You know, I was running some people through some drills, teaching them some stuff about DQB with a semi-automatic. I mean, I'm not out of the game. I mean, I'm out of the game,
Right.
but I'm not to the point where I'm going to let myself collect dust on a shelf.
No, like, motherfucker, you better roll up in my house in a fucking tank. That's the only way you're going to fucking get me.
Right. And the older I get, the more I understand Mr. Killdozer. I'm not out of the game. Okay, granted, if shit did hit the fan, I realized that at my age, with my skill set, I would be relegated to like the rank of an officer in a training bureau, right? Like, I get it. I'm not going to be out on the front lines unless shit goes really sideways. I'm going to be teaching people and using my brain and my skills that I've developed over the years. That's just where I'm at in my life. I get it. But it doesn't mean I shouldn't keep myself sharp. It doesn't mean I shouldn't keep myself, you know, honed in. And for those of you that aren't doing that, or for those of you who don't think you need to do that, let me clue you in on something. This country has some very interesting advantages, and it's something that has been discussed for a long time, pre-Civil War. If you want to attack our country from the Pacific Ocean, there comes a point where you're going to hit the Mojave Desert and the Rocky Mountains.
Yep.
You want to attack our country from the Atlantic Ocean, there comes a point where you're going to come across the Appalachians and the Mississippi River. You want to attack our country from the South, there comes a point where you're going to come across the giant fucking Southwest desert, right? And if you want to attack and you have to go through Mexico. And if you want to attack our country from the north, you're going to have to go through the fucking forests of Canada, where there's more cows than people, right? Like, the middle of our country, the breadbasket, is geographically undesirable for attack. And most countries know that the average American household is so well armed that they know you think fucking Ukraine, you think what the Ukrainians have been doing to the Russians is badass? Wait till you see the sleeping fucking dragon that is the American people.
Yeah.
When we get our fucking hackles up. So if you're not polishing your skills and you're not preparing for the fact that could happen to you, you're an idiot.
And if you're not prepared for when that train derails in your fucking backyard and you have no drinking water and you can't get to a store and get food, you're a fucking idiot too. Because that's how we're going to get attacked. It's going to be infrastructure and economic shit. They're not going to come in here guns ablazing at first. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Did you ever see I think it was an Amazon Prime show about 2 years ago. It finished. It was called The High Tower. And
Man in the High Castle. What if Nazi Germany won World War II?
And what if the Japanese conquered the Pacific?
Right.
Right. And it was all of the East Coast, all of the West Coast. West Coast was all
Nazi
conquered
Germany
by the Japanese. And the East Coast
East Coast was all Nazi Germany. West Coast was all
East Coast was all Nazi Germany. But the center of the United States was no man's land because they can't conquer it. Because they could, because there are so many fucking weapons and militias and Connex boxes underneath the ground filled with fucking weapons that are just, they're there, that there's no fucking records of them ever.
Right.
You have no idea. And I know specifically from firsthand experience from a buddy over there who lives out there. I'm not going to say where, but he's like, yeah, I got friends. They're in the militia. I'm like, oh, really? He goes, yeah. And he goes, yeah, they took me to their armory. I was like, really? And he's like, I was like, their armory? He's like, no, just his.
I've
really?
met
Like, yeah,
people in Idaho and in Montana that are literally like, if we don't know you, you'll fucking slash your tires.
Oh, yeah.
If you try to park in our town. Like, it is not, there is some really not friendly territory up here.
Yeah.
And I dig it.
My buddy went into 2 Connex boxes of this dude's armory.
But hold on. But if you're white, you're okay, right?
No. They just better know your ass.
Okay.
Like,
so
it
no,
does not matter.
privilege.
It's not racism. It's straight. I don't fucking know you. You have no business being here.
But my buddy got brought into this fucking guy's little armory. There's just one dude. And he's like, dude, it was 2 Connex boxes full. He goes, it's the most weapons I've ever fucking seen in my life. He's like, I've been to fucking places that sell guns. He's like, there was so much more firepower in this motherfucker. And this is one dude. And I'm like, God damn, I just wonder how many of the middle America, how many of those guys have that shit? And if they do, holy fuck, they just start handing that shit out with fucking thousands upon millions upon billions of fucking rounds. Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Militias are a good thing.
I mean,
in the right hands.
Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia.
Yeah, and you're the fucking militia.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, though, I had to keep my shit together today.
Yeah.
I found my first gray pubic hair.
Oh my God.
What?
I almost
normally things like this don't bother me.
Yeah.
But it was in my sandwich.
Real quick, because I think we're at Big Joke Energy. Do you want me to read?
We are 100%.
We
need the email.
Listener.
Yeah, no, we'll work the submission from the listener during the Big Joke Energy. But Matt, we do have a listener, right? And so I want to, I'll follow up on your email. Yeah, we have a listener email. Go ahead.
Yeah,
okay. Follow up.
So I haven't read this, but the fucking subject line, caught my attention, and it's referencing last week's episode. And the subject reads,
it's not great.
Did you read it?
You read it? Chuck sucks at Call of Duty.
First of all, come say it to me to my face, my front fucking yard.
Wow, wait, hold on. Dude, he just channeled his inner gamer and he's like, fuck you, come say that to my face. Your mom's a fucking Call of Duty. Like, Chuck just instantly went gamer on this list.
Fucking sausage smoker, bone choking fuck.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Hey boys, just wanted to reach out since I heard the bit about Chuck not watching your 6 in Call of Duty.
Yeah, fuck you.
Sorry,
Tom, I know you might be very interested in a game called Hell Let Loose. It's not, wait, are we going to start to cause the bullshit you two were fucking talking about before we were recording?
No, I'm going to tell people straight up. You can read whatever you can redact or read whatever you want. I'm just going to tell people they can refinish the email and then I'll tell them.
Okay. Called Hell Let Loose. It's on PS5 and Xbox Series X/S. This is like fucking Greek to me. It's a World War II milsim type game.
Call of Duty in World War II?
Where there is no kill cam, 1 bullet kills. Movement is considerably slower than Call of Duty, but must be done with purpose. Player controlled artillery and bombing runs. You literally have to provide logistics and supplies for your own team via truck drops to build garrisons, spawn points, defensive structures, and AT.
That's like Armor Corps. Have you ever heard of Armor Corps?
No, I don't play
if you get in a chopper, and the chopper's 20 minutes away from the fight, you're literally sitting in the game staring at other players for 20 minutes. The whole game is in real time. You're going to lose me.
Yes, there's tanks as well, as they're actually terrifying when they are good crews. Squads consist of up to 6 people, each one having different roles, weapons, and abilities like building, AT equipment, etc. Communication and tactics are critical. That was in all caps.
All right.
Full team is 50 people per side. Also, the maps are fairly accurate as they use aerial photos, maps, battleground photos from World War II to recreate them. The game is free on PlayStation and about $30 on Xbox. Also is cross-console with PC being separate. If you guys want to know more about it or want some help getting started, please dial 1-800 what the fuck am I reading, since there is a learning curve. Let me know and I'll be glad to help, as it's all I've played since it came out in October of 2021. Hope to hear back from you guys when I eventually get a life and get off the consoles. Signed, K. I added the last part.
I hope you get laid soon.
You tell me more about that game, and I'll tell you what a vagina feels like. How's that?
Here's the thing: that game doesn't like. I might check it out, but I don't know that I would get interested in it, because the whole point of video games is to like have fun and not like actually embrace the suck of World War II. But if you do want to play with Chuck and I on Call of Duty, you can look up the clan tag
Call of Duty.
WSOP, War Stories Official Podcast. WSOP is our clan tag, and. Yeah, hell, if you send us a request and you send us a message, say you know us from War Stories
to your clan
or Locker Room, I don't have to. You just have to put the clan tag on there.
Yeah, don't send it to Chuck though, because from what I understand, he ignores those messages,
and he'll get you killed.
First of all, I don't fucking see him. All right, motherfucker. All right, I don't see him.
John's on there. I'm on there. We did this a while back where we would play with listeners, and then Call of Duty started sucking real bad, and we stopped playing. So now, if you want to play with us, yes. Absolutely.
Hey, if you send me your friend request, it's Mike Hunts 1775.
It is, dude. He literally made his screen name Mike Hunts 7075.
Amazing.
1775, all one word. Mike Hunts 1775. Send me a fucking request, and I'll fucking accept it, and we can fucking play together, whatever. And
he'll get you killed.
We
That's
can have
fine.
some fun. Fuck you, dude. First of all, I don't sit in front of the console all goddamn day. I've fucking played this new one for about a month, in the last year.
You got way more time than I do to get better at it.
I'm fucking busy, dick. I got fucking other shit.
Well, he's got 300 kids and 4,000 geckos.
Hey, what do you call a book club stuck on the same book for years?
What?
Church.
I fucking love that one. That's fucking
good.
Clean.
That's actually
Oh man,
That's really good. That's really good.
Wow.
I got a story.
Wow.
I have a story real quick. This is a listener, and it's not a joke. It's just a story. He wants to come on the show, but it's funny. He goes, bilateral amputee. I'm like, okay.
Oh, this is the bilateral amputee story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marine Corps ball, 1990. So met a girl, agreed to hook up with her later in the evening. Went our separate ways. Later in the evening, we met back up. Proceeded to my room. After removing her shirt, playing with her titties, she let me know that it was a double amputee. So I looked down at her big fucking breasts, her 2 arms, and was like, which fucking parts? She goes, to which she replied, both legs from the knees down. Turns out she had been in a car accident when she was young, been on prosthetics for years, had no fucking limp. About 10 to 15 minutes into it, I was holding on to her plastic ankles and felt movement. Let her know, felt loose. As she attempted to tighten the things up, I just said, take them the fuck off. So I proceeded to get down with her, and her little thigh nubs were jamming.
Oh my God.
Ended up putting her on her hands and her nubs for a bit and went to town.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I got a listener, Big Joke Energy, and this one caught me because I just pulled it up, and this fucking guy sent this email from his work email. I mean, there's all his fucking credentials and like the whole
Let's not give that out.
the whole fucking 9 on the like this that big white spot on the bottom is his fucking business card.
God bless him.
Yeah, that's great. So we'll leave all that information out. What's up, fellas? You guys talking about Madonna and face surgery reminded me of a joke my pawpaw used to tell me, and I saw pawpaw and I'm like, I love a good grandpa joke. This rich lady had several facelifts over the years. She complained about the pain and recovery each time. The doctor she saw said, hey, I invented a new non-surgical facelift procedure. I put a screw in the back of your head, and when you need a little tightening, you just turn the screw. So the rich lady had it done. The doctor warned her, Now you can only turn the screw about once a year. So as time passed, the lady became addicted to constantly having a tight face. Eventually, she started looking
Like
bad.
Madonna.
Yeah, bags under her eyes were bothersome. She called the doctor and he agreed to see her. Doctor, I don't even know what the problem is. These bags under my eyes were horrible. The doctor replies, ma'am, I warned you. Those aren't bags under your eyes. They're your tits. If you don't stop turning that screw pretty soon, you're going to have a beard.
I like it. How about this one? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. What does Michael Jackson and caviar have in common?
Oh, Jesus, what?
Oh, shit. What?
They both come on little crackers.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Wow! Wow!
Holy
You should have ended with that,
Shots
bitch.
fired.
That was so fucking good. I'm gonna tell that one at work tomorrow. I'll let you know when I get done in HR.
A little boy gets home, sees his dad at the kitchen table working on some sort of invention. His mom's sitting there with him, and his dad says, "Hey, what took you so long, boy?" And the kid says, "I was at the library studying for an exam." And the little machine goes beep 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 beep. And the dad goes, "This is a lie detector, boy. You better tell the truth." So the kid says, "Okay. I was at a friend's house. We're watching a Christian movie." And the thing goes beep 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 beep. And he goes, "Fine. I was watching porn." The father looks at him disapprovingly and says, "I'm ashamed of you. At your age, I never lied to my father." And the machine goes beep, 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 beep. And the wife bursts out laughing and she says, "Well, he certainly is your son." Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, a little on topic. Why did the transgender man only eat salad?
Oh, no.
Why?
Because he was a herb before.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
Herbivore.
You know what's the difference between a feminist and a hockey player?
What?
Hockey players change their pads after 3 periods.
Oh,
I told you I'd give you the hockey joke.
I got a couple more listener ones.
I do too. Oh, listener ones? Okay, go.
Yeah. Oh God, this is like a goddamn book. This might have to wait till next time.
I put up an electric fence around my property yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, my neighbor's dead against it.
I see what you did there.
So when a leaf and an emo kid fall from a tree, which one hits the ground first?
I know. I can guess what this is.
Well, it's the leaf. The emo kid just fucking hangs there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a
rope
listener
keeps
one.
him- Did I told you guys about the gym I want to open?
Oh my God. Go ahead.
no.
You know, I've
What
been
about-
going back to the gym, and I thought I would open my own gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to open a gym where I require the instructors to go door to door to recruit people for the gym.
Okay.
I'm going to call it Jehovah's Fitness.
Oh, wow. I like it.
I got a second one from the guy who just sent in the emo kid joke.
Okay.
What's the difference between my dad and cancer?
Oh.
Okay.
The
What?
cancer came back.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't feel right.
Yeah. Fucking Johnny for the win on that one.
Oh my God.
Do you know the phrase,
Johnny, are
one
you
man's-
back?
do you know the phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful saying. It's a horrible way to find out that you were adopted.
That reminds me of I like my traction control like I like my women.
Oh yeah.
Disabled.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good.
Fuck.
Go ahead, man. Here, I got one then if you're looking.
Yeah,
it
go
up.
ahead,
You
go
know
ahead.
the difference between Neil Armstrong and Michael Jackson?
Huh.
Oh.
Armstrong did the actual moonwalk, put Michael Jackson fuck kids in the ass.
I'm gonna tell that one too.
Oh, that's a sensitivity meeting for sure.
So good. Jesus fuck.
This is legit. Like, some of these are I freaking am amazed. My stoner friend used my daily agenda notebook to roll up a joint. He's high on my list of priorities.
My mother-in-law is in town visiting, so the four of us went for a little road trip. Went down to Carlsbad, saw the flower fields and whatnot, and then we're driving. It's like damn near a 3-hour drive with traffic. So I stopped by this road. So there was a sign on the fucking side of the road, and it said lobster tails $2 on the way back. And I'm like, fuck, $2 for lobster tail. I'm gonna fucking stop there. So I stopped there. I paid the guy $2, and he goes, "So once upon a time, there was this lobster."
Oh my God. The other day, my wife looked at me the other day and she was like, "I don't know if I can pay my rent." And she started to tie back her hair. And I was like, "Oh, I think we can figure something out." And I unzipped my pants. I still don't know why everybody else playing Monopoly was horrified.
Oh, wow.
Remember when you were young and you think your dad is Superman?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you grow up and you realize he's just a drunk who wears a cape.
My wife the other night, she goes, "You play lottery once in a while." I said, "Yeah." She goes, if you won the lottery, would you still love me?" I said, "Of course I would. I mean, I'd fucking miss you, but I'd still love you."
I told my wife the other day, I said, "Babe, there's a couple of used condoms on the couch." And she said, "Stop referring to our children like that."
Oh, I think I just.
Is that our closer? Or do you have a closer?
So. I don't know. I have a really dumb one.
Okay, tell me.
I've had several fucking dogs in throughout my life, and one of my favorite dogs, his name was Minton.
Oh no!
And one day he ate the shuttlecock, and I was like, "Badminton."
You did not fucking do that.
I just did that. Wow. That just fucking happened.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah. That was a closer and a half. That just made us all want to leave.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Quick.
Okay.
I got one quick.
Give Chuck a try.
Why do Scottish
Chuck's been on it tonight. Sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
Why do Scottish people wear skirts?
I know this. First of all,
motherfucker.
First of all, motherfucker, it is a kilt. And you know why it's called a kilt? Because that's what we did to the last guy who called it a skirt.
I'll be wearing one Friday, as a matter of fact.
Because it's too fucking loud and it scares the sheep.
Okay, so shall I tell you that the joke is, why do Scottish people wear kilts? Because sheep can hear zippers a mile away. That's right.
First of all, I'm just reading it.
All right.
I'll be on the. I get to be the cart bitch for the golf tournament this Friday.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy.
Yep.
That's really good Friday.
I got 2 handles of fucking Jameson Stout Edition, which is the Jameson whiskey that's finished in craft beer barrels. And I've already had the company buy it, and I already tried a little bit. Several of us did the other day.
So for those of you who don't know, Matt's company, Good Friday is a union holiday, if you can believe that.
Yep.
So every Good Friday, Matt's company, my old company, hosts a golf tournament, a charity golf tournament. And so Matt is going to be driving around the golf tournament, selling shots of whiskey.
Not selling, just handing out.
Oh, I thought they were selling them for donations.
No, I'm just driving around, handing out alcohol.
There you go. Perfect.
I volunteered. I said I'd like to volunteer.
That makes them spend more money at the charity auction later.
That's right. Well, I'm rolling with one of the girls in promo, and I said, "Here's the deal, Jackie. You're going to show some fucking skin and honeypot these motherfuckers to buy some fucking raffle tickets, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to get them drunk and strong arm them into getting off their fucking wallet."
If that joke doesn't land you an AR, that comment certainly will.
Hey, you can always try this one out for size.
That's the most awkward way to say that.
What is?
I thought that was the joke. That was fucking brilliant.
Me too.
No. What is the F? I was just getting ready to say it. It's funny. What does the F in Ethiopia stand for?
Wait, say that again?
What does the F in Ethiopia stand for?
There's no F in Ethiopia.
Food.
All right. On that note, I'm fucking out.
Yeah, we done.
We gotta go 10-8. This locker room is closed.
You're welcome, fuckers. Email us and shit.
I'm going home. Wait, I am home. I'm going to bed. No, I'm going to watch a hockey game. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, Kings lost. Sorry. Good night.
No, they didn't. Shut the fuck up, eat ass. I'll go straight Call of Duty. I fucked your mom. Wait, I know your mom. Never mind. Sorry, man.
That was awkward.
Fuck my mom, dude. Get her off my nuts, dude.
Ew, god damn it, Chuck. How do you make everything worse?
Saying, dude.
Jesus
On my nuts.
Good night. Just turn it off.
We may all see you in the
power
locker
button.
room, but I don't know if we're gonna let Chuck back in next week because that
Yeah.
was
I'm looking up the Kings score right now.
no, you're not.
I'm so